Is this working? Oh my.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
This is
So, Silly Billy Podcast, episode 1. You can start by saying these nuts.
hashtag these nuts. This is weird.
Oh, you know what? It's a good talk. How was your 4th of July?
Um, it was okay. I really hate fireworks and any loud noise. So it was not the best, but I had ribs and corn on the cob. It was my first time ever having corn on the cob since getting braces. So that was fun.
That's insane.
Yeah. And then I drove my parents to the store. Almost crashed a couple of times. Almost hit a kid. It was her fault. She literally car as I was backing out. It was her
Is
fault.
that going to hold up in court?
No.
I hope you really ran that kid over.
No, this is public. So I'm getting my license in less than a month. My appointment is for August 4th at 10 in the morning. So yeah, it'd suck if I failed. What about you? You need to get your permit, sir.
I haven't been doing nothing. I literally have like 37% of the course down, and I got the thing like 2 months ago.
Joan. Oh my gosh.
What am I supposed to do, Gregory?
Do it. My name is not Gregory, you idiot. It's Grigorovich.
It's Gregory to me. I don't care. It'll be the Joan and Gregory podcast.
Oh, Joan and Greg. The silly billies.
The Silly Billies.
And then on special days, like on special occasions, we'll be the silly billy gumdrops.
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
actual torture.
Let's come up with like stories about ourselves. Like, okay, tell me what's your backstory? What's Joan's life all about?
Joan is a middle-aged man with 5 children
You got a
and a
specific
marriage he
one.
hates.
Okay.
That's
Do you
me.
hate
I
it
am
because he's
Joan.
gay?
Yeah. Joe is not closeted. I am not doing this. Not on the podcast. That joke is not going in.
Wait, no, but that's so funny
That
because
is not funny.
we always say that like obviously I know you're not gay, but like if you were, you'd be the type of gay man that never came out and would end up killing himself when he was 45.
That would be my dream. That would be my
Having
dream.
like 4 kids that you hate and you're married to a woman that you
Oh,
don't
Gregory,
like.
hold on, hold on, hold on. I've
What?
been wanting to talk to you about this for so long. This has been just on my mind for so
Oh
long.
my god, you're gay.
Why did I, I, I
I'm
thought
sorry,
about
you
this.
shouldn't have
I had
worded
an
you
idea
shouldn't have
about
worded it
this,
like
and
that.
I had hopes and dreams and aspirations of getting this podcast somewhere to becoming the next Joe Rogan. But no, it's just gonna be
No.
filled with me being called gay
No.
for.
You called me
I'm
gay
kidding.
already. It's your
Anyway,
turn. Take it.
I
Oh.
had such a wonderful dream. The most that I can remember is that we were playing Minecraft, and
Aw.
for whatever reason we were playing with and some
Okay.
streamer people,
Oh, no way.
and we were playing. We got to the point where we practically you downloaded a bunch of mods, and we ended up beating the game. And we were all so happy, and then you're like, "Oh, are we gonna play next time? Or are we gonna play tomorrow?" It's like, "Oh yeah," and then I woke up and I wanted to cry because it was such a good dream.
Oh, John. That's so sweet.
It made my morning though. It was great.
Oh, that's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Do you want to hear about my dream?
Did you kill someone?
I was murdered by my husband. No way, but it was weird though because it was okay. I've never in my entire life until the other night had a dream in third person. It was so weird, but like I was watching a movie, and you know how in like comic book movies, there's like those transitions where it like turns into a comic book and then goes to the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
That was happening. Like my literally my dream was a movie, and I was watching it but experiencing it at the same time. And it was like because I was watching the movie, I knew that my husband was planning to kill me. But because I was in it, I was like trying to make him not kill me. And like there would be like these like foreshadowing moments where like we almost got into a car accident and we were like sitting in the back, we were like Ubering or something. And he like put his arm out in front of me so I didn't get whiplash because the driver like slammed on the brakes. And then it
Mm-hmm.
was like the screen flashed like him stabbing me in the chest. And like it was just so weird. Like, oh my gosh, I've never had a dream like that in my entire life, but it was so cool. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, people get murdered. That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy. Should we talk about murder?
Such a good segue. Let's talk about the thousands of people that get murdered every single day.
Let's
How
do it.
cringe.
How do you want to die? Like if you could
I
choose.
I don't know. I think I'd probably like part of me wants to be like, oh, like normal, like die in your sleep or whatever, or surrounded by the people you love. But part of me wants to go out
Boring.
in such a gruesome and insane way, like getting blown up and shot at the same time.
Yeah.
That would be epic.
I'm trying to think of how I can see you dying. Like,
Killing
ew,
myself because I was closeted
at 45 though.
at 45. It has to be at 45. I can't have suicidal thoughts until I'm 45. It's a curse.
No, no, the suicidal thoughts start at like 35.
35. 10 years. 10 years to act it out. God, that's pathetic.
I went furniture shopping the other day.
That's such what are you like 50?
No, but my grandfather's moving out and he owns like everything in our house. So we have to get new furniture.
Why
And
don't
of course, they
you
made me drive.
kill him and then stage it as a natural death?
True, he does have cancer.
What an
just
idiot.
just
He has cancer.
slipped too many pills into his old man milk.
His old man milk.
He drinks milk at every single meal. That's a white person thing, for
Really?
sure.
That's horrible. I've never done that.
You've never
That's
slipped too many pills into someone's
disgusting.
old man milk.
No, I've done that
Oh, okay,
when I
good.
used to work at a nursery home.
A nursery home.
Yes.
A nursery home. Oh
You know,
my.
Joanne's got to get money somehow. I'm a 45-year-old man.
Joan, don't do it. Step off of the ledge,
It's
please.
45. I'm 45 now. I have to do it. I have to do it. When I'm 45, what do you see yourself doing at 45?
Whoa. Okay. Um. Oh my gosh. At 45. How many years away is that? I'm not gonna reveal that.
Like 2 years or something?
That's in like 3 years. I don't
In
think
a
I'll
few
be
weeks.
because I don't know. There's so many different jobs that I want to do, but at that point, I would love to be like a lawyer,
What?
possibly making my way up to being a judge.
Judge
I think
these
that'd be freaking
nuts.
whoa, dude. That was freaking funny. Yeah. What about you? Oh wait, you want to do welding, don't you?
No.
What?
That's like something that I have in like my back pocket or something. That's not what I want to do.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I want to be I want to work for the CDC.
No freaking way.
I told you this like 2 minutes ago.
Probably. I'm sorry. I have a very bad memory. Dude,
I'm
that's
very
so
bad.
cool. Well, like, what do you actually like? Tell me the specifics of what you want to
Your mom.
do.
So I don't know. I haven't really studied into what the nerds do at CDC.
You just want to work there. You don't know
Yeah, I just
anything
want to
about the
work there.
job.
Just
Oh,
want to
that's
chill
cool.
there.
I like it. I like it. You'd be like the dude from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, so I can set off a virus and kill everyone.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
That would be so
Okay,
great.
let's talk about zombie apocalypses now.
Okay,
Did you
perfect.
survive?
We are being so good with these segues.
I know.
It's Greg. Greg is Why don't we murder people and then we start talking about murder and then and now we're gonna talk about zombies because of my mention of the CDC.
Yeah.
What would you do? What's the first thing that you would do?
The first thing that I would do, okay, the very first thing that I would do is call up my stepdad because he has a trillion guns.
He's a
Um,
police officer, right?
yes, he is. Well, we can't say that.
How many freaking police
We're
officers are there?
we're building up so much information to get me doxxed.
That would be funny. Like
I'm
we
gonna
have
get me
like
murdered.
that would be hilarious.
Have you ever been on Omegle and had someone literally type out your address?
No, because I don't have a computer. I'm poor, so
Oh, I have.
lol. Like your
This
exact address or just like the city?
is my exact address. But it
I
was at
want to
my
know how to
dad's
do
house,
that.
so it was fine.
I want to
I
know how to
don't
do
know,
that.
man. It was crazy. This dude who was like, bro, what's up? And I was like, bro, what's up? And we just became friends. And then all of a sudden he went quiet. And I was like, please don't whip out your pee pee. I don't want to see it. And then all of a sudden I look at the chat and my address was just sitting there. So,
I want to know how to do that. If anyone, for whatever reason, is listening,
no,
give me the
I just thought
steps.
about this. Nobody's going to listen to this.
No one is gonna listen to this.
I made a promise.
Oh, you told her about this?
Yes.
I thought we said we're gonna tell no one, and when we become millionaires, we tell them this
I
is all blood money.
I literally sent her a screenshot because she was like, "How did you guys even come up with this?" And I sent her a screenshot of like I think it was you first saying like, "Let's start a podcast," and at the at the very top it said, "Let's tell nobody," and I was literally sending her a screenshot of that conversation. I'm so sorry, but like I hope you know that if you ever tell me anything and say not to tell anybody, I have to tell her.
Well, why don't we segue from that into the reason why I want to do this podcast?
Okay.
So, when I went to Hurricane Harbor Friday, I
Mm-hmm.
was listening to a podcast,
Right.
and I forgot what they said, but they're like, "Oh, something, something. Do your own podcast and say some dumb stuff." Or I just
Yeah.
started thinking about how fun it would be to do a podcast with you. I was like,
Aw.
"Oh my god, we need to do this, and we need to do this now."
Oh, that's so sweet that you thought of me. How fun.
That's no, it's not fun.
Stop saying my name.
Oh my god, what am I supposed to do? I called you the sacred name, and now I have to rewire my brain to call you Gregory.
Yeah, and
My bad. I'm
what
sorry.
would you do? What would you do if I told you that I was transgender? What would you do? Like, what would be your first reaction?
Laugh right in front of your face
You
and
would
then
laugh.
support you. Yes.
You would laugh and then support me,
Yes. I would be transphobic and then support you.
but just for a few seconds until you stop laughing. When's the last time that you peed your pants?
Oh, okay. I remember this day. I think it was in 7th grade.
Okay, okay, okay.
So I don't know if you remember. I don't know if I should say his name. The
Wait.
little tiny chubby kid. He would always scream.
Wait, the chubby kid?
Yeah.
What? Wait.
I don't even think he was Mexican. I think he was a white.
Wait, did he have like spiky hair, like a mole on his cheek?
I don't know. But
Oh
anyway,
no.
we were
Okay.
walking and I had to pee so bad.
Oh God. Oh no.
Like you know that feeling where your bladder is just burning.
Yes. Oh my
Like
gosh,
like the
dude,
pee
you
is
don't
just
even
it's just
listen. Okay,
I don't
continue.
even listen. So I was like, dude, what do I do? And he's like, go pee in the bush because we were right there by the castle park.
Oh right, right. Yeah, it's a good place to pee.
And then he went to pee, and I was waiting. And I was like, dude, what if someone comes and then they're gonna see my nuts and they're gonna arrest me? They're gonna place me under citizen's arrest. So I was about to go, and then I just peed my pants, and I was just there like, oh my god.
Oh no.
But yeah, I had to walk home
With
waddling.
pee pee pants?
Yes, but I had my instrument, so I was able to cover it.
Oh,
But
that's
people still
good.
thought I was stupid.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that was. That was
That's
that.
terrible.
It was horrible.
Oh my gosh.
I was
The
gonna kill
last time
myself.
I peed my pants, I've come very, very close because when you get an ultrasound, but you're not pregnant, you have to drink like 60 ounces of water in 30 minutes. And then they're pressing down on your freaking bladder and you're not allowed to pee. And it's the most painful experience in the entire world. But when I was, I think, also in seventh grade or the summer before, my friend and I, we were having a little sleepover at my house. We are having a good time watching Vines. And I don't remember, I think she like quoted one that we had just seen, but like in a really funny way. And
Hmm.
I just straight up peed on my bed. I didn't even have to pee. But I just like was laughing so hard that I just lost control of my entire body. It was so weird, but yeah, I just like peed all over my bed. It was really crazy.
Did you get harassed by the nurses?
By the nurses. What? No, I'm talking. I literally just said that this was at my house.
Uh,
I said
um.
that I said that I came close to peeing myself while getting an
Oh,
ultrasound,
I apologize, Greg.
but when I actually peed myself, it was in my bed.
Well, why don't we go from the ultrasound to what's the worst thing you've had to go to the hospital for?
Oh, this is a fun story. You already know this, but so basically, I don't ever clean my room unless if I
What?
absolutely have to.
Did you
And it's
stab
not like
yourself?
yes, I did.
Oh my god. Did you like Home Alone style like get a nail straight through your foot?
Kind of. So, I usually what I do is I shove all my stuff into my closet, right? So I have cats, and one of my cats, the little brat, loves like the wet food in a
Hmm.
can. So I just straight up put the can down. Like I didn't even take off the lid all the way. And I was like in the dark, I was reaching into my closet to put up a sweater or something. And I thought that like I don't know what I thought. I thought that something like went in between my toes. Like I put my foot up against the cup and it just
Hmm.
like hit my toe really hard. And I like moved back and then there was just blood everywhere.
Oh my
And I was like,
god.
okay, so thank God I had a first aid kit next to my bed. So I get out gauze and like I put it on, but it immediately soaks through the gauze. And there's literally blood, like I kid you not, dude, every freaking where. So I
God.
call my brother in. My mom isn't home because she's on a date with her boyfriend. And so my brother like wraps it up for me and like cleans up all the blood and stuff. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So then my mom finally comes home, and since her boyfriend was a homicide detective at the time, he's totally cool with blood. So he
Hmm.
took it off. It was squirting blood.
Oh
I
god.
literally hit an artery. And it was, yeah, so it was squirting blood. And I had to go to the hospital, had to get 4 stitches. And the thing is, you know how like there's like underneath your toes, there's like those creases?
Hmm.
It was right there. And so I still have a scar, and you can tell that it's different because it's like white, but it basically just kind of looks like a little toe crease, and it was extremely painful. And the best part about it, the last stitch, I felt
You
the
got
entire
an
thing.
infection. Oh, never mind.
No, I
That would
felt
have
the
been.
entire stitch because they didn't put the numbing enough to the right, and so I felt the whole thing.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I've always been a careful person. I've never been like went out of my way to put myself into
What?
like
Nobody. What?
no, like I mean like I don't know how to say it. I've just been I don't know if it's like luck or anything. I've just
Okay.
never been someone to get super injured out of
Right.
anything.
Okay,
I
that
think
makes sense.
definitely the worst thing would have to been the car crash that I remember. I think I told you about.
Right. Yeah, you did.
But I only came out of the car with whiplash. And keep in mind, the car was completely totaled. Like,
Right. Well, you said you guys were T-boned, so obviously that's
yeah, it was.
crazy.
I think my aunt. or my grandma was in one of those little neck cones.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty insane.
That is pretty crazy.
You
What
know what
about
else is insane?
what?
These nuts.
That's funny.
That was
What
funny.
about like what's the most traumatic thing that you've ever witnessed? Not like had happened to you, but witnessed.
I do not know. Oh my god, I have. Okay, okay.
Oh,
So I think it was fifth grade. Yeah, fifth
okay.
grade or fourth grade is when I started walking home. And my elementary was super close to the apartment that I lived by or lived in at the time. So I remember walking and I just see someone at the little porch right in front of the apartment door. And I was like, what? And I had walked closer and I had seen a guy and a girl get up after seeing me after they had
Stop. You
sex.
literally you
I
told
li-
me about this. Oh my gosh.
and I was just like, okay, can I
Oh,
get into my house? And
holy
they just
crap.
walked away.
I forgot about that story. Oh my gosh. Joan.
I was
Oh.
I, I think at the time I didn't know what they were doing, and I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, why is what is happening? I
Oh
I
my.
was just confused the entire time. I didn't even know.
Oh, that's another fun thing. When did you learn what sex is?
I think like I knew what it was, but I didn't think anything of it. You know,
Oh, okay.
like you know what something is, but you don't know what it is.
Right, right.
So I think the time I think it was probably like fifth or sixth grade. I was like, oh, oh
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah. I mean, I was always told by a million different people, like my siblings and like my siblings' friends, that it was a bunch of different things. Like people always told me that it was just kissing while you're naked. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's how you have a baby? Oh no. And then I was in fourth grade and I was eating lunch with my at the time boyfriend um, in fourth grade.
Mhm.
And I don't remember why we were talking about this because kids are weird. But he said something and he was like, "Oh, yo," or what was it? I think we were talking about like pregnancy, and then he said that it's the like when a guy puts his penis in a woman's vagina, the eggs go into the woman,
Oh.
which is not true, first of all. But I was like sitting there and I was like, oh my God, that's what it is. And I was like mortified. But I had to act like I knew what it was. And I was like, yeah, obviously. But yeah, that's how I found out. It was pretty traumatic.
So back to the whole like thinking that kissing is what causes pregnancy. I
Mm-hmm.
remember I think I was so young and for whatever reason I think this girl when um I was being babysat I think it was like 8 or 7 maybe or
Mm-hmm.
10. She had pulled me behind the curtains and she was like kiss me and I was like what? And
Oh,
she kind of just like made me or like forced me almost. And
wait.
I remember like a little after, like a year or so after, I was like, did I just get her pregnant?
Wait, John. She was babysitting. How old was
No, no,
she?
no, no, no. It was a different girl. It was
Oh.
like a girl almost the same age as me at the
Oh,
time. Or
thank God. Okay.
no, I
I
was
was gonna be like, John, you were molested.
no, no.
Holy crap. Okay. I was like, we need to like end this podcast and we need to talk about
I
this.
I heard that in your voice when you said wait, and
Oh my gosh, that scared me. But still, that's not good.
I know I remember
Wait, so that was
thinking,
your first kiss?
yeah.
Oh no. I don't know. Let's talk about our deepest, darkest secrets.
Well, in that
Hmm.
case, I'm coming up.
Continue.
No, I'm kidding. Get pranked, idiot.
Mm, can you not?
Get absolutely pranked.
Well, I guess this is my coming out.
Are you straight?
No, but I'm bi.
What?
Which I barely discovered over the last couple of months, which is a very long story, and it's
That's
boring.
still very weird. How you'll be like, oh, I'm lesbian. No, I'm not saying just you, but
Hmm.
like just people will continue to find out things about themselves. I find
Right.
that incredibly fascinating.
It
Like
is.
you think you have yourself set in stone and like you know who you are, but then like the next
Oh,
day you know nothing about yourself and you're
see, the
just
thing is, I have zero idea, like, who I am. Like, I don't know what my personality is because I have a different personality for every single person that I talk to.
it's like how you told me that you noticed that I act completely differently with other people.
Oh yeah, like when it's just us, you're a completely different person than when there's other people around.
I think I'm just more comfortable with you because you're just
Aw.
I don't know. There's something about you that's more like I can be real with this person and I can be actual friends with this person.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
I think
See,
I've never had like a best friend. I've always had kind of superficial friendships, like oh how you doing? What's going on, man? And then start
uh-huh.
joking. But I've never been like I'm gonna tell someone about everything about myself and then joke about them and with them in that way that
Aw,
I do with you.
that's so sweet. Sorry, Joan. Oh my
You just said
gosh.
I'm getting doxxed. My entire address is going to be leaked, and my family is going to be murdered.
It's okay. We can
Thank
both
you,
be
Greta.
dogs, and then we'll get human trafficked together. Maybe they'll put us in the same cage.
The silly Billy children from the Silly Billy podcast.
Stop. They put like a sign outside, and we're like worth more money because we're famous.
We're famous. We have one follower on freaking Spotify.
Oh, this is so much fun. I'm so terrified that someone's gonna find this.
I would. I mean, like it'd be really fun to like have a following and to like even if it's like 50 people that are
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
like a cult following, just
Right.
for whatever
Can
reason,
we
like
please start a cult? Can we please? Please, I'm
cult of
begging
Billy,
you. We worship a freaking mule named Silly Billy and his girlfriend, Silly Millie.
silly Millie.
I almost freaking I'm gonna murder that donkey. I kid you not.
Don't
She's so
murder him. Don't
freaking
murder
annoying.
Bunky.
No, not Bonky, Millie.
Oh, why don't
Freaking
you
Silly
make them
Millie.
move in with each other?
Because I'm gonna murder Millie.
You know what? That's a really good say. Why don't we talk about Minecraft and
Yeah,
how
let's
much
do it.
progress we've done in the world in the realm that your brother gave us?
Yes, yes. First of all, can I just say that it is so nice of my brother to continue paying for this, even though like he knows that this is just basically us two that play on there and nobody else. But he's
It's
still
been a
paying for it.
month,
That's very
right?
nice.
So it's like what, like $15 or $10?
I think it's extra because there's 10 people, like 10 slots on there,
Mm-hmm.
so it's something like
Yeah.
that.
Shout out to Gregory's brother.
Yeah, for sure. His name
Not
is Bonkity Donk.
Dong. Can we talk to him? Do you know his address?
I know the general area of where he lives.
Why don't you go ahead and dox him?
His name is. Straight every fact about him. Also, I'm so jealous. Sorry, I keep going off on all these tangents. I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. It's good because we could just talk about random stuff. I love this sort of theme. I guess just talking about random stuff. I've
This
never been
is
a
what.
huge
Oh
theme.
my gosh. See, yeah, me either. That's the thing. Anyways,
So
very jealous because
shout out to
uh,
the Super Mega Cast for inspiring me to do this.
what's that?
Massive shout out. That's the podcast
Oh,
I
the
was listening
podcast you were
to.
listening to.
I love that
I
podcast.
don't listen to many podcasts. I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I listen to a couple of like mental health ones. Um, like there's this one. It's called "Make Your Damn Bed," and it's you listen to it every morning while you're making your bed. It's just a like short little like morning motivation thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's actually really nice. I like it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay, anyway, continue with your little side tangent.
yeah. So I'm very upset because my brothers went to San Francisco without me. I'm very sad about it. That's all that I wanted to say.
That's it.
Yeah.
That would have been fun if they let you drive and I
Oh my
never
god,
hear
no, it
from you
wouldn't.
again.
Oh, that would be fun. Never
You
mind.
drive off the Golden Gate Bridge.
God, that is my dream. If I ever kill myself, that's where I want to do it.
That would be pretty epic. Pretty
So the only thing
epicness.
is, the thing about suicide and the reason that I won't do it is because I don't want someone to freaking find my body. That's embarrassing. Like,
Your biggest worry about you committing suicide is that someone's gonna find your body and you'll be embarrassed.
yes. Well,
You're
also, like, I
you
wouldn't
dying
do
is the absence of your consciousness, and you're worried about being embarrassed.
yes. But the thing is, like, I wouldn't kill myself at home because I don't want like my mom to find my body because that's awful. But like if I did it somewhere else, like what if some child finds my body and then they're like traumatized for the rest of their life, and then they kill themselves and their parents kill themselves and it's a whole chain reaction.
That would be insane.
So that's
I
my
heard that
reason.
cat.
His name is Bob. That's what my aunt calls them.
Billy
Chasing Bob.
Bob.
Oh, silly Bob.
Silly Bob? Another member of the Silly Billy podcast?
He is a crazy boy. He constantly fights everybody if he can.
Well, okay. I don't know if this is going to be a little bit, like, out of pocket, I guess.
Okay.
But I think, what did you say about you, because I don't think you were able to continue, because I think I interrupted. But you said that you discovered that you were bi from what? For whatever, what?
There's no specific reasoning of like figuring it out, but there was somebody who recently came out to me. That was in February,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, "Do I really just like women though?" So then the more that I thought about it, the more that I realized. And then because I go to therapy, I talked to my therapist about it for like 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
and we figured it all out. It's because I've always had very bad relationships with men.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of messed me up from a young age of being like, men are bad, can't trust men. And ever since then, I've actually been like, hey, I like this guy. That guy's cool. So it was nothing crazy. Like
So would you say, like, you're a little bit more, you're bi curious or just bi?
I'm just bi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kind
For
of
I
a
don't for whatever
preference thing
reason,
now,
I've been
but
having like those sort of thoughts like am I literally really just like into women? And I've kind of
right.
just been like going into my mind and it's like I don't know. I think
hmm
at the very least I'm bi curious. Like I'd be willing to
Right.
try and then if I'm not into it then I'm not into it and then I would just be oh I'm straight or
See,
whatever.
there you go. And sometimes that's what it takes, you know? Like, I don't know, man. I've never even kissed a guy. So, I don't know. Could be. But then again, you do have to be careful with that, with like trying it to see if you like it, because it's different with every person.
Mm.
So, you could go and be with a guy and it's just that man specifically. But there could be another guy out there?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be like, oh, like have one guy
hmm
completely change what I think.
Right,
But I'm
right.
definitely just, I'm open. Is I guess the better
See,
term.
yeah, that's cool. That was my problem. I wasn't very open to it. I I always supported other people being bi, but I was like, that's
Mhm.
not really a thing. I'm gonna let them do their thing, but that's not possible.
Mhm.
And now look at me.
You'd
So
be openly biphobic.
I know I wasn't openly biphobic. I just didn't understand it.
Yeah, it's
But
very
now I
weird
do.
how you could just switch like what you think on a dime.
You can though. That's the thing, and that's what people don't understand is like when you say like you need to change your perspective, people are like, I can't. You literally can. You are in charge of your brain. You're in charge of what you think and how you feel. And that's what people don't understand.
I think there's a point definitely where it's like, oh, I've been raised to think this way, but you can definitely change what you think. Like,
100% you can. 100%. You know, there's so many people like my brother, for example, we were just
mm-hmm.
talking about this not that long ago. He used to be super homophobic, and it wasn't even because my oldest sister is gay, and she didn't tell anybody that for a long time though, not until after she literally had a child. Um, she was secretly with a woman for a very long time, and they're still together. But no, it was literally just like one day my brother was thinking about it, and he was like, "Why am I so against
So
people being gay?
hateful
Like,
against
what?
people who
Because
aren't doing anything.
exactly, and like it doesn't affect him, and that's what made him just all of a sudden change his mind. Like, our parents have never been homophobic or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
but so he never got that idea from anything. It's just how most guys are, I guess, being
Like it's
against.
very like in the culture for men definitely to be
Yeah,
like not openly homophobic, but be like, oh, gay people are weird or
exactly. And that's the thing with like calling everything gay, like it's become second nature to
yeah. I've
just,
definitely caught myself being, I guess, kind of that homophobic, not like
right,
insanely homophobic, but
hmm,
like that sort of stigma. And I've been like,
right,
why am I doing this? These people do
hmm,
nothing. They're just chilling.
exactly, dude. See, like that's such a good mindset to have too, that like when people are doing anything, whatever they're doing, as long as it doesn't harm anybody, who cares?
I think the biggest, like the best example is furries. Like
Right.
nobody likes furries, but I
Like why?
we com- we
They
completely
don't do
change and
anything
just start
wrong.
shaming people. But I've been, it's very in internet culture to be like, what are furries? Why are they doing this? They're
Right.
cringe. But
Hmm.
then I started to see like I've definitely been like, oh, furry cringe, furry bad or whatever. But
Right.
I until I saw like the side that people are willing to go to
Hmm.
openly harass these people that
Yeah.
are simply just enjoying a hobby.
Hmm.
It's sad. It's sad. If you're especially with racist people,
Oh my gosh.
if you're racist, you're cringe. You're a
I
cringe human
agree.
being.
100%. My family is kind of racist.
Well, I mean, they're white people, so
That's true.
it's a given.
Yeah. No, like not even like that racist, but like they like my brother gets like closest in age to me. So I came out to him in eighth grade, even though he knew since I was seven because he caught me looking at pictures of boobs when I was like seven. Um, anyways, anyways,
I've never
um,
had those problems. Like, I've never been like, oh, I'm such a sexy woman on Google.
really?
Mostly because I was dirt poor, and I've never
Oh,
had.
okay.
I've like I kind of feel a little bit left out of like the stuff. Like, oh, like you're definitely bored when you watch this or play this. Like,
Right,
and
but you didn't.
I've always been like, I've never had cable. I've never had Cartoon Network. I've never had
Right.
all this.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I had was freaking bootleg movies, old DVD player, and a freaking TV from the 1980s.
I love it. You know what though? That stuff it makes you appreciate what you have more though.
Definitely. Oh
That's
my
what's good about
god.
it. Yeah, no, I was always pretty lucky with everything that I had. We always had cable and we had a computer. The only thing is, it kind of sucked that like our computer was in the middle of the kitchen.
Hmm.
So it's like if you wanted to look up pictures of boobies, you gotta be real secretive of it.
Definitely. Like just being from like a very low. very low middle class family,
Mm-hmm.
and where I am now, where I have a phone and I have my
Right.
game and I have a giant TV and I have
PS5.
yeah and I have AirPods and everything.
Right.
I look at these things and I'm like, I'm so happy. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
I've ever been more happy than I was before. But like, also like, there's a thing with me where I always reminisce with my mom. Like, oh my god, I remember when we would eat cereal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, sleep on the floor, and watch the same movie over and over again because we couldn't afford anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I wouldn't say it's fun. Like, oh, we're gonna watch freaking Mario for like the 80th time, but but it's definitely very good to see where you come from. Like,
That's so true.
not to be full of yourself. Like, oh,
Right.
I got a PS5. What do you have? Freaking Atari or whatever.
Right.
I've never been a huge bragging person. I've always been proud. I've been proud, like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I've got freaking Jordans, dude. Like, look at these Jordans. But I've never been like, you're wearing Adidas or you're wearing whatever else.
Right. So
I've
you
never
like what you
been,
have, you just don't shove it on other people's faces.
yeah.
That's good. That's amazing. I love that.
But yeah, this has been the Silly Billy podcast. It's very weird to say it because it's like this may or may not go anywhere, but it's still so fun just
I
talking.
doubt it because we have no specific topics that we talk about.
I'm gonna do the outro. Silly Billy Silly Billy podcast episode 1, the pilot, with me, Joan, same thing really, as I guess the host, and Gregory as my best friend and co-host. These nuts.